settled Leeds side, just the one change. Lockie Miller's return, as Barry was saying from last week. Warrington a little bit more of a swap and change. But the headlines, no doubt, Aaron Lindop back for the first time in very nearly 12 months. And off we go. It will be Leeds who get first touch of the ball. First test of that Warrington resolve. They don't give away much here this season, Warrington. They're on a run of wins as well, which is unprecedented in the Sam Burgess era. 7 on the bounce. Last time they got anywhere near that was 9 on the bounce in 2012, and it took them all the way to Old Trafford. But Leeds here tonight could land a blow.
Well, it's that defensive intensity that they're known for. They love playing at home. We talked about the unbeaten record. We talked about the physicality that they like to play with. Liam Byrne just trying to lay a marker down.
They're going to kick Leeds, and it's from behind a 40 as well, but Jake Connor's ball downfield is safely dealt with by Matty Ashton, and Warrington get the first touch of the ball here as well. My goodness, this is a mouth-watering fixture, isn't it? Wigan Hockey are looking on. They'll be saying, well, we will surely still be top dogs. You got Wakefield and St Helens in the race, and Lee and Catalan not far out of that top 6 as well, but just at the moment, this is dog number 1 against dog number 2.
I thought Warrington did a real number on St Helens pack last week. That platform was well and truly laid by the big men in the middle.
We're on to the last play again here, and Hayes will get that high, but it's taken again. Lucky Miller just pedaling back, collecting safely. And it's very much an arm wrestle in the early stages. Both sides starting from deep when they have ball in hand. And both being met with some very committed defence. Ryan Hall, the latest to carry. Croft just popping it back on the inside. The rehabilitated Harry Newman takes it to within 15 of that halfway line. Alechki now with a big push from the England international. Levi in at dummy half again. Got runners to his left-hand side in the shape of Jake Connor, who's putting the footwork on, but Warrington's defence recovers its poise. They're on the last play. Croft off the right boot. My goodness, that has been stuck up in the air as well, but very well taken by Pulis at the back. And a decent recovery run too. And a wonderful return from both fullbacks. Josh Pulis, I think he's a little bit unlucky to be left out of that England squad, but Brian McDermott's saying the door is not closed. A pool, not a score,
yes,
we're
pool,
told,
yes.
Barry.
Thank you.
Your namesake stays. There's still the capability of players getting in.
I stand corrected.
This is Thomas for Warrington, who's 15 short of that halfway line again. Warrington going through the tackles. Curry. And now they hit the last with Walker waiting. Wasn't sure which way he was going there. In the end, he put it out for Irwin to stick it up there. And underneath it again is Miller, and it's more of the same here. Just mistake-free rugby league in these early stages with ball in hand and trying to put their opponents as deep as possible at the end of it.
You'd expect that from two quality sides. This softening up period, going set for set. Warrington defend really strong and complete high throughout the game.
Ryan Hall on the rampage, one behind Josh Charnley, of course, now in that all-time scorers list. Levi was looking at an offload, the ball came loose and comes out, and Irwin picks up and pops it right to Smith, and Warrington get an advantageous start to their set here.
Well, Danny Levi preferred in the starting lineup to Jared O'Connor. Jared O'Connor, a defensive-minded player. Danny Levi, if he sees a quick ruck, he's going, just can't control the ball.
This is Byrne. Here's Walker. Ready, waiting. Curry again. Back to Irwin. Lovely little dummy from him, but not quite smart enough to beat Hankinson, who makes a tackle round the ankles. A push by Smith. Best position either side have been in at the back end of their set here. Still a couple of plays to go from Warrington's point of view as well. Harrison. One play to go. Walker shifts left. Hayes putting it up in the air. Ryan Hall looking to get the measure of that. The ball has been batted backwards, I think, of Lindop. So the referee's quite content that Leeds are legally back in possession.
Yeah, they're kicking both sides of the field. On that occasion, it's Warrington's left and a genuine contest, and the referee gets it spot on.
Lively from Newman. Miller with a long ball out to that left-hand side, and suddenly there's a bit of running room. He reined in and pulled down, but Leeds just finding a bit of give from that Warrington defence for the first time. Back it comes to Croft, and here is MacDonald.
Lots of ball movement from Warrington. From Leeds, beg your pardon.
Levi is going to finish with a kick from Croft. Again, the aerial route is taken. Pulis having a gather in and looking and seeing that there's a bit of defensive spill to work with here, and Matty Ashton will take it on. Warrington clear their lines well. Linder. It's going through that young man's mind. ACL against Leeds 12 months ago, almost to the day, and here he is back against the same opposition.
I think Sam said it best, isn't he? He just wants to get him healthy through the game. Yeah, there were some demons. He'll be trying to speak to himself and quieten the naughty one down.
Here's Hopewati on that right-hand side. Warrington tracking well, but Leeds tracking with them. Curry. He saw the defensive line of Croft coming out, so kept hold of the ball when he might have passed. The right option, one play to go. It's back with Irwin again on that right-hand side. Hopewati's looking at that, and he's allowed to get up and take it because Michael Siever's all over him to make sure that that is the end of the six.
Again, the pattern is forming. They're going from one side to the other. On that occasion, they kick to the right. Siever, the man under pressure, good luck stopping the bulldozer when he's coming off his line and when he's near his oppositions.
The Warrington fans who are looking for a big performance from their side tonight. They're on this run. It's a fantastic run, but the last real test against Hawkinston Rovers in the Challenge Cup, they came up short. So Warrington fans will be hoping their side against one of the Super League heavyweights can deliver. Likewise, Leeds on their travels.
And in that run of victories, there's been a few occasions, particularly when Sam Burgess, the coach, is talking after the game. He's not entirely happy with the performance.
Oh, Hankinson's not going to be entirely happy with that kick. That was awful.
He's the Mr. Fix-It of the Leeds Rhinos. He's operating these days in the second row. Ends up with the ball on the short side. Yeah, I think that's one of yours, that, Dave.
Well, he's got, as you said, that utility ability, but maybe don't put the ball in his hands when it comes to kicking. Will be the lesson there.
He can play at 6, he can play at 13, centre, winger, fullback, but yeah, gets it all wrong on that one. A good opportunity for Warrington.
Wilson's just inside the Leeds half when he's stopped. He's taken on again by Luke Thomas. One of those local lads, ex-Latchford lad is Luke, 23 years of age. Walker. Looking for the inside ball. He's kept a hold of it, and I think that Pulis was tackled on suspicion there, and so it's a penalty for Warrington.
Chris Hankinson doubles up his negative involvements, but he had to make that play, had to stay alive. You can just see on the inside Josh Thulis loitering with serious intent. And that's what I like about that young man. Ewan Irwin, he runs first. He's a run threat. Warrington look like they're going to take a look at 2 points here. I like his run-first mentality. He's got a lot of growing and a lot of developing to do. Many, many games in front of him, but what we see so far.
Calm head required here. 2 points is the order of the day. Kicking for the 2 rather than extending the pressure here.
Yeah, big games, take the 2 on offer.
As long as you kick it, and he has kicked it. And Warrington have the early lead here by 2 points today.
Well, you and I were talking before the game. This could be absolutely anything. It could be a high-scoring game with one side having a blowout 40-odd playing 10, or it could be an 8-all draw.
I like the fact that you and I were talking before the game, and you and I has just kicked the first points of the game. You and Irwin. goal kicker. So 10 minutes play. Boy, that's flown by as well, hasn't it? On a really warm and sticky evening in Warrington. And Leeds looking to keep Warrington right down there if they can. It's Walker. The big fella's just trying to pound a path back to where they want to be, but Leeds' defence is responding well at the moment.
You were saying we've got 10 minutes and it's absolutely flown by, but what we've seen is genuine ruck control. Neither side has had that momentum at the play of the ball yet. Danny Walker, one of the best in the business, and Danny Levi, I've already mentioned how quick and his ability to get out from dummy half is.
Once again putting a bit of footwork on. Was he caught high? The Warrington fans thought he was. The referee disagrees. The tackle count continues. It's going to be Leon Hayes who's behind a 40-metre mark when he lets that one fly, and the ball bounces out of play beyond right wall. And Leon Hayes puts his side right on the cusp of an attacking position with a brilliant kick. No wonder he's getting congratulated by his teammates.
Well, wonderfully executed there from the young half-back. He saw the opportunity, got the angle right, and he knows this is a gilt-edged opportunity for the Wolves.
This is good early pressure, and Leeds need some resolve here. As Liam Byrne with the first charge. Leeds already back on their own line. Walker picks up, back with Curry now. The short ball, the big hit from Thomas. But net like for like. Walker again will bend his back. Squirts it away to Curry. Curry's using a bit of footwork, running away from defenders. Puts one over the top. That's dangerous, and Croft is in there to intercept. The team he'll be playing with, of course, next year. And he has just given his current side a big relief.
Brodie Croft in the right place at the right time, takes advantage of the bouncing ball, and Leeds, in typical style and fashion, looking to transition and play attack straight away.
There's Palacia. Levi in at dummy half again. Watkins, Croft and MacDonald. Levi collects. Ledsky just straightens up here. You could see the determination. That's great meters after contact as well. Really strong stuff. And back to Connor. Takes it low, but still gets the kick away in advance of Bentley. The kick is good. The ball's been dropped. It's a knock-on by Hopewati. And now Leeds will find themselves in an excellent position.
Well, it's just starting to seesaw a little bit. We saw 10 minutes of stalemate. Ash Hanley and Hopewati having a contest in the air. If he doesn't chase that, Ash Hanley, Hopewati just pouches it, and we begin again with that arm wrestle. It's those small details that are going to be the big difference.
Head and feed here for Leeds. So the likelihood, the absolute likelihood, is they get the ball back again. You don't see many one against the head these days, do you? Levi tucking down at the back of the scrum for his distributional skills, and they go left even though they had fewer numbers there. It's Handley who tries to take it on, but Warrington across there. Levi again. Here's Connor. Now it's Ledsky. Levi having a look. Hopkins is a dummy runner, back with Connor again. Popped back on the inside here, and the big push from Palacia, who's not that far away. Levi switches left. Lockie Miller's involved. Connor as well. There's good hands here. Handley, and here comes Mike O'Seaver on that left-hand side, who's bullied and bludgeoned his way towards the corner. But I don't think the touch judge is convinced, and neither is the referee. They were
no try, mate.
Immediately.
Reviewing if he's in touch before he loses possession of the ball into the corner flag, please, mate.
Well, there you go.
Reviewing he's in touch first.
Let's hear from the video referee on this one.
So it's second three, we're just confirming no try. So Sevo takes off from the field of play, loses the ball into the corner flag. That is going to be no try, 20-metre restart.
So there you go. There was a reason for the reluctance to give it on the field. It wasn't a try.
Yeah. Well, he got up and celebrated Sevo, didn't it? What about the handoff? He's such a powerful player. Hands Hopewati off, and James Bentley. We haven't talked about James Bentley too much in the build-up. He has to be at his absolute best tonight. We know he's a firecracker of a player. His commitment sometimes gets him in trouble, but on that occasion, spot on. Well done.
Almost knocked himself off balance there, didn't he, Michael Seaver, with the largeness of the hand. Oh, here's Walker doing what he does.
First one from 9 from Danny Walker. We'll see that time and time again.
Bentley. Another set of 6 here. Referee restarts the count. Too slow on the tackle. Curry takes it in. Bit of a jump, but Burn keeps a hold.
It was a mix of he didn't want that and he wasn't expecting it.
Well, they're edging ever closer here, having survived a real scare at the other end. Curry now will take it in. Dummies to Burn, lets it go, and oh, Dulis has thrown it away. And Newman, if he'd have got that, you'd have backed him to go the distance. But he's lost it, and he's given Warrington another set of 6.
There's been a couple of fumbles, hasn't there? If Harry Newman gets that as a way and he feels that, just snatches at the ball.
Well, it wouldn't have been a dead cert, would it? Because there's a few of fleet foot who would have been chasing him down. But what an opportunity!
His chances. Confident player.
Harrison crashing in. Walker lines up a dummy half. This now is Leon Hayes. Flat ball for Curry. Curry trying to push himself between what at first was 2, but became 4 defenders. Walker again. Just a little dab into that in goal area. Bentley was chasing, but so too was Seaver. And he has put it out of play, and it'll be a drop out underneath the sticks.
Pressure building from Warrington now. A gorgeous kick into the in goal. Had to be quick. Seaver. Josh Smith almost gets to that kick.
All his try-saving instincts turn into good use.
Yeah, we talk about Seaver as a try scorer, Ryan Hall try scorer, meter maker, hard to handle, but a short ball into space is difficult. They've got to turn around quick and get on the bite.
He's going short, the gamble is on, it's up in the air, who knows where's it coming down. Seaver gets a hand on that, but he's punted it back to Warrington, and they are given possession here with 6 to go and less than 20 to cover. What a position they find themselves in again. Josh Smith with a push. Walker inside for Hayes. Dropped back for Burr. They've set a platform here. And to take it on a strider too is Luke Thomas. Leeds defending well. Picked up by Walker at a dummy half. Burr trying to force his way over. Lost the ball. It's another handling error. Leeds celebrate that moment. They get it back.
Goal line defence from Leeds Rhinos. Liam Byrne again. Another short pass near defences. I think it's the Polish powerhouse who gets the shoulder in first. Mikolaj Alecki. Danny Levi for good luck. Error forced. I think that's 6 errors that we've had. Adrian Morley in the crowd. So we've got Morley and Peacock in the same building. I hope they have enough liquid refreshments for the both of them.
There's some enforcement in those two, isn't there?
Be afraid. Be very afraid.
Good to see them on the field at half-time, having a bit of a tussle, just to roll back the years. This is Ryan Hall. Levi picks up smartly, dashes as well. There's a bit of a broken line there that he's looking to exploit. Miller's appealing that there's some holding down going on from Byrne. The referee says none of that, just get on with it again. Another set of 6 for Leeds. Chance to grow back inside the Warrington half. Palacia does well to offload. Levi scoops it back again. Lockie Miller will pick it up. Missing for the last 3, of course, suspended, but looking to have a big night tonight as Alecki takes it on again. Croft There's Newman, good
Lovely
footwork.
footwork, wasn't it? Just beats two defenders with ease.
McDonald. Here's Brodie Croft again. Callum Watkins takes on the responsibility of taking on that Warrington line. They squeeze him down, but Leeds are getting closer here. Couple of plays to go. Croft again. Switches it back to Miller. Miller puts the kick in. It's being chased by Hanley. Can he catch it? Has he bounced it? And in the end, will it be Michael Seaver's try? Because if he did bounce it, I think it might have gone backwards. And he has seen it that way. And I think it's Seaver who'll be given this officially. Well, some sorting out at half-time between those two, because that could be a big moment from Ash Hanley. It will be his 500th Super League point, but I think Michael Seaver is the one who claimed this quite rightly.
Credit the vision and the execution of that kick from Lockie Miller. We're having a look at it and reviewing it as we speak. But it looked like a nothing play. Lockie Miller spots the opportunity, centre and winger up. Opoati's not quick enough to get back. I think this is going to end up a try. When you watch it second, third time, I don't know what... Well, Ash Hanley's trying to bounce it, and it bounces away from him in a backwards motion. The try's confirmed now. I don't think the Warrington fans like it.
Yeah, if Seaver's not there, he doesn't get scored. This is not a try, is it? That is not a try.
Tries in 8 successive games for Seaver now. Absolute machine he is. Puts himself in the right place at the right time. For a second, I thought the unselfish captain had knocked it back to the winger.
Some return, isn't it, from Michael Seaver this year? Jake Connor from the touchline, looking to add the 2 and extend this Leeds lead, and he's done that superbly well. Warrington 2, Leeds 6, and Seaver's in the headlines again.
He's in the headlines, and it's obviously the first try of the game, but the significance of the 4s into 6s. Here's that kick again, Lockie Miller in the in goal. It looks like it's bouncing away. And if he doesn't make the effort to follow that up, Sevo, he doesn't get it. But Jake Connor turning 4s into 6s. 8 from 8 last week at Toulouse. He's obviously in sensational form, Jake Connor. But it's all those little parts of his games that he's getting right on a consistent level that pleases coach Brad Harper.
Well, of the 23 tries he scored in Super League, we've sat back in awe and watched. I think most people watching would have said, well, even I could have scored that one, but would you have been there in the first place, is the question. But a simple touchdown for Seaver, and Leeds now on the back of that, looking to build back towards the halfway line, and that's a very decent carry by Olewski. And Levi takes it on a stride or 2. Miller's across to play the role of dummy half. Watkins back to Connor. They're searching left again. Of course they would. Hanley makes the break this time. He's got Seaver with him on that left-hand side. Pulis winds them up, puts it back, and Brodie Croft will squeeze between the 2 recovering defenders to get the ball down. And in the blink of an eye, Leeds have gone from 2 down to 10-2 up.
Well, 2 tries in 2 minutes for the Rhinos. Brodie Croft on the inside supporting. When he makes that break, Ash Hanley, he has big Sevo on his left, and hurtling towards him is the magician Brodie Croft, and he does ever so well. I talked in the first couple of minutes about the width of passes, the way that they're using from right to left, left to right, the full width of the pitch. Skill on point. That's a great finish. All this talk about the tries that are being scored by Michael Sevo over on that left side for Leeds Rhinos, but what about Ash Hanley? How many times has Ash Hanley provided an opportunity for those around him?
And Brodie Croft as well is not keeping up try for try with Michael Seaver, but he's not far behind, is he now? 16 in the Super League. That is some return from him.
Well, he's doubled his best. 8 was his previous best. 16, and he's got a lot more to come, hasn't it?
Angle not as tight this time, but doesn't quite deliver. Hits the post and bounces away. 2 for Warrington, 10. Well, he's some former Ireland footballers. And Mark Flanagan as well, is he claiming to be? Is that Mark Flanagan? It looks like him.
It
Anyway.
is Mark Flanagan, yeah. I'm seeing a lot of people who probably haven't paid for the tickets this evening because Flash Flanagan wouldn't have paid.
Let's get out to Jenna Bruce. Good evening, Jenna, on the touchline.
Yeah, evening, Dave. Just a word on Brodie Croft. We know he'll be leaving Leeds at the end of the season for this club, Warrington Wolves. I watched him run out for the warm-up, and I can tell you some of the Warrington fans were cheering him on. He had a great big smile on his face, but a strange one probably for him tonight.
Yeah, bittersweet for Warrington fans, isn't it? Well, concede a try, but I think will be one of ours next year.
It won't be strange for Brodie Croft. He tries hard whatever game he plays in, and your only loyalty is to the team and the players in the same coloured shirt, but he's certainly letting Warrington know what they're in for next year.
Test of Warrington's resolve now, having conceded quickly twice. Here's Croft again. Warrington were 2-0 up. They've not touched the ball since conceding that first try. That kick, oh, it's another one. That's wild. Twice now.
Put the credit down to James Harrison. Times his challenge to perfection, wraps, and if he's not in the eye line, if he's not giving extra attention there, he has time and space to put the ball where he wants. Jake Connor.
Opportunity here for Warrington to get themselves back on the front foot if they can. Kelechi Tanganoa, who's fresh from the interchange bench. Walker. Curry's with him, as is Harrison. Curry again. Step away from impending trouble by Leon Hayes, but more came his way. Dewlis back for Lindop. Last play here for Warrington. They'll be looking for a decent kick here. And it'll be provided, he hopes, by Ewan Irwin, who goes to that right-hand side, and Opawati's back there and knocks it back. It's still the last tackle. And when he's not scoring tries, he's devastating opposition players when they have the ball. Sevo hits hard.
Well, the referee, Liam Moore and Marcus Griffiths, video referee, are having a look at it. I didn't think there was too much wrong with it, but as the ball is bouncing...
There's nothing wrong with that.
No.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Ewan Irwin would have seen his life flash before him then. He saw the brick wall at this Sevo coming towards him.
Lots more coming this weekend, as you can see. Hull KR against Leeds tomorrow, and Hull FC against Wakefield, and Saturday plenty of NRL action and more Super League stuff as well. In the meantime here, Warrington are allowed to play on. Leeds rather allowed to play on, but only momentarily.
There's a knock on there. James Bentley celebrating with his teammates. Yeah. The referee's saying that James Bentley hits the arm of Danny Levi, who hasn't had the best 25 minutes. Extra motivation, of course, James Bentley. Surplus to requirements at Headingley. Made his way over here at Warrington and playing some wonderful stuff under Sam Burgess.
I don't think he's cut his hair, has he? Or had a shave since he made the move to Warrington.
I noticed a tinge of jealousy there, Dave.
40 out, 6 tackles to have a go. Warrington knocked off balance with those 2 quick-fire tries. Looking to get themselves back in the zone. Tanganoa. Here's Walker. A solo dance to his left, which is ended abruptly. Harrison. Cooper Jenkins just on the field as well, not long, as put some energy into those last 2 defensive efforts. Well, there's a touch there, was there? No, the ball was just misdirected, so on the last play, Warrington start further back than they would have hoped. The kick is from Hayes again. It's knocked backwards again, but once it comes down, it's easy pickings. Palacio picks it up for Leeds.
Yeah, I don't think when they've been practicing during the week and looking at the game plan of Warrington, those kicks were what Sam Burgess was asking from his half-back. Then they compound that, not getting back on side, feeling the wrath of Liam Moore.
Tap and go from Lockie Miller, who's gobbled up the yards, hasn't he? Puts Leeds straight on the front foot here. Hankinson crabbing across the field. Levi. Well, Bentley again was trying to get in the faces, but manages some disruption, but Leeds able to pick up and carry on, and Miller with a quick hands, and here's Handley, and rounded up and pushed back by two defenders. Just looking for the touchline, but unable to take him the distance. Miller in that pivot's role, and with the footwork that bamboozles Bentley this time. This will be the last. Connor. Advanced upon. Kicks away. Ball comes down in Lee's hands. Oh, my goodness. My goodness. Harry Newman coming from nowhere. There were about 5 Leeds players in the frame. Warrington's defenders overwhelmed. And Harry Newman comes up with the goods in spectacular fashion.
Well, there's a bit of pushing and shoving just as Leeds Rhinos are celebrating that try, but he times his run to perfection, Harry Newman. And Josh Thulis must have thought he has time. I'm not even sure whether he tries to jump for this. No, he doesn't. Planted and rooted to the floor, but he hasn't accounted for the speed and intensity from Harry Newman. He still has a bit to do. He still has to outmuscle Matty Ashton to score that try. What a start it's been for the Rhinos. Well, just checking whether there's an onside offside call here. Marcus Griffiths having a good look. It's not the put down, it's the onside offside.
He looked to be a couple of yards ahead of the kicker from that angle, didn't he? The referee is having a look at this. There's nothing certain just yet. Try confirmed. Try confirmed. Video referee has said it's fine. And Warrington fans are not happy. But Leeds, my goodness. What a first half they're having. What a 9-10 minutes they're having. That's now the 3rd try in this glorious spell for them. 14 points to 2 with surely 2 more to come here.
A couple of days ago in Toulouse, they were 30-0 up with 37 minutes on the clock, switched off before half-time. Brad Arthur has asked his side to concentrate.
There's a bit going on here with Jake Connor. The shot clock's on, and he's using every second of it. He's winding up the Warrington fans. He's winding them up, and eventually he kicks it with plenty of time left on the clock. But that was a well, depending on how you're looking at wind-up merchant or a lovely bit of gamesmanship.
We saw it a couple of weeks ago when Leeds played St Helens. He had a running battle with quite a few players. Some players are at their best when they're antagonising. Some players lose the focus, and Jake Connor can be both.
Well, winding up Warrington fans here, he winds up fans wherever he goes. But I tell you what, if he's doing that to the Australians in a World Cup final come November, I think every British rugby league fan will be fine with that. So Leeds go again. Warrington need a response here, Barry.
The default setting is to play behind that defence. They haven't been allowed to dictate the tempo and the pace of the game because of the creativity that the Rhinos are playing with.
Remember, only lost twice in Super League before tonight. One of those against Leeds, 26-22 back in March. They also lost in Catalan. They are unbeaten on this field, but at the moment, Warrington looking very second best. Connor shifting it on to Croft, who gets a rattle from Crowther. Everybody's happy with that, apart from Brodie Croft. Lindop. Otawati getting involved. Warrington edging their way back towards the halfway line. Walker scoops. And helps it on the way. Push from Toff Sipley. This is the last. Hands up from Hankinson, but ball away by Irwin, and Seaver's underneath it. Good luck, everybody. Here he comes. Oh, well, that'll help. That'll help.
I tell you what's not helping Warrington, playing behind those high completion rates. They're still up near, well, they're at 85% completion rates, but just not asking enough questions. It's easy for the Rhinos to defend it. When the Rhinos have the ball, they're throwing it and pinging it all over the field.
Jared O'Connor on the field. Danny Levi still out there as well. This is O'Connor. Leeds have hit the last, hit the buffers. They'll have to kick again. It's back for Lockie Miller, who never mind kicking, he wants a run, and Brodie Croft is given a better position to kick from. And that's a good angle picked, just making Warrington start from deep again.
I think Leeds in the week would have recognised how much kick pressure Warrington Wolves put on their opponents, so there is always an option. We've seen a couple of times the initial kicker has passed it back, second or third option is available. Look at that, 50-50 possession, completion rates massively in favour of the home side, but just look at those metres made. Whenever the Rhinos have the ball, they're doing more with it.
The coach and his assistant looking on and trying to formulate a plan, no doubt, for how to turn things around here. Not square is the appeal from the Warrington fans. Here comes Sipley. Again, they find the last inside their own half. It's Walker who kicks away, but he doesn't find the green grass. He finds instead the arms of Lockie Miller, who's immediately challenging Ryan Hall.
I'm going to reiterate the point that I made 5 minutes before half-time now. Brad Arthur has asked his side to concentrate on 6 occasions they've let a try in before half-time, including that game against Toulouse last week.
Seaver doing some damage. O'Connor. Bentley bending the back and making sure that he's slow enough for others to get involved as well. Here comes Handley, but that's a good read from Otawati. Connor. Josh Dewlis underneath it. The chase is quick again, but once Dewlis sees a bit of daylight, he's got some speed, but stopped in his tracks, 12 away from his own line. Slowed down as well. Leeds defence comes up in a line. Liam Byrne showing the signs of war. Big shiner on his eye. It'll look even worse tomorrow.
Badges of honour, they call them, Dave.
Rugby league players are daft, aren't they?
Fine line between bravery and stupidity. You've got to remember that.
This is good from Dewlis, who's wriggled his way closer to the halfway line that he should have been entitled to, but they're still on the last play, so Leon Hayes again looking for touch. Jagged bounce doesn't really help Warrington's cause. It gives Ryan Hall the chance to wind up and push back a few extra yards again. Croft the dummy half. Miller's getting involved.
The ambition that they're looking to play with, not every time playing with it, but as soon as he gets that ball, he's looking to spin it 15-20 metres, Lockie Miller.
Ends up in the hands of Mike O'Seaver. They might not have gained an awful lot of yardage there, but they kept Warrington guessing. O'Connor's put it down. Simple drop. Warrington get it back.
One of his dads carries that one. one of his dad's specialities, but for the Rhinos, bit of defence now. But to move that ball around, they have the ambitions, the skill, the execution. And you said they didn't make too many metres forward, Dave, but what they're doing is they're moving the defenders around.
Well, potentially big moment this, because it has given Warrington a leg up into the Leeds half of things. And as we encroach towards that half-time hooter, this is a chance for Warrington. Redemption required. Eventually they scrum down. Here's an opportunity for Warrington. They need to take it. They've been under the pump for most of this first half, certainly since that 20th minute opening try. But they need a response. Can they find it? Crowther swinging in. Walker picks up, and this now is Sipley, who pushes hard. Leeds rallying around him, but Sipley does well to get it away, and already they're out with Bentley. Back to Curry. Curry more direct on the back of that. And still time to consider where they get themselves over the line. That's a lovely little step from Ewan Irwin. And he gets a penalty here. Well, there's time for a full set. Not much value in a 2 points.
That offload from Sipley didn't look much. That's the first time Warrington Wolves have promoted the ball. There's the penalty. It may well be something that creeps in the second half. Offloads, unstructured, ad-lib.
Some frustration from Warrington fans as Warrington seem to fluff their lines in the first instance, but Crowther eventually takes it in. Back it comes for Hayes. A couple of Leeds defenders, and they are offside. So it'll be another tap and go, but there's only 30-odd seconds left. So they're running out of time to make this count. Sipley driving close. Walker out of dummy half. Back it comes. It's Dewlis with a right-footed step to take him back in against that flow of Leeds defence. Croft's after him. Croft won't let go. Pulls him down. There's no offload available. This will be the last play, you'd have thought, in this first half. What have they got here? Tanginoa out of dummy half. Thrown across the line, untidily, given away. Leeds have it, and Leeds will have the half-time lead by those 14 points that they've earned in this first half. He's a satisfied coach, no doubt. Hasn't conceded a try in the opening 40 minutes. And with the help of Brodie Croft, his side have scored 3 in a blistering 10-minute spell that has given Leeds the advantage here at half-time. It's Warrington 2, Leeds 16. Talk about their home form, their home defence as well, Warrington. The biggest concession of points this season at home to Wakefield, 16. They won that night 27-16 back in Feb. Well, they've conceded 16 again here tonight. And up against a Leeds team who are one of only 2 that have beaten them this year as well in Super League. Warrington need to change something fast here, Barry.
Well, the Rhinos were virtually flawless in that first 40 minutes, and I'm Sam Burgess. I'm tightening the game right up, go through the middle, bring Danny Walker into the game, bring those big forwards that Warrington have got and were so effective last week at St Helens into the game, and work off a few offloads, ask some questions of this Leeds defence. Mainly, what I would do is put a big target on Jake Connor's head and get into his head and mind and not allow him to have his own way.
Easier said than done.
Run some numbers at him, run some big men at him, make him tired. Easier said than done.
Warrington running out of tackles here, find themselves with 1 play to go, but still 10-15 inside their own half, so it's the boot of Leon Hayes, and again a jagged bounce.
Oh, wow.
Harry Newman, I think he thought there might have been someone behind him. There wasn't. Pass away to Miller. Forward the Warrington fans
It was
claim.
a line ball, wasn't it? The kicking game as well in that first 40 minutes. I'm not sure kicks to the corner. I know that last one from Leon Hayes wasn't a kick to the corner, but get close to the line, along the floor, dab it through, make it hard for Lockie Miller and the Rhinos.
This is a big run here from Cooper Jenkins, and Leeds have got another set of 6 as well. The referee starts the recount. What a start this is from Leeds, powerful in the early stages of this second half. O'Connor just driving it in. And on the back of this, they've still got so many plays to go. Croft, dummy. Oh, that's a great. Was that simply who came across? Tanginoa who came across and absolutely floored his man. That was a big effort in defence, wasn't it?
Wow, no hesitation in that defensive effort. Rather than standing off and watching, the magician Brodie Croft absolutely smashes him to pieces.
Such an important moment that, wasn't it? Because Leeds were building. Another try then would have been so damaging to Warrington's psyche. Suddenly, with one big effort, Tanginoa has lifted his side, and here he comes again, marauding, trying to get the arms free. Crowther, Curry, just again seeing that Connor was coming up sharp from the line, so decided against the pass. But they've hit the last play, so they'll have to kick again. Leon Hayes off that left foot. Ooh, it's close to the touchline, but Ball gathers it in. Newman's coming on his travels, right down the middle of the park.
It's back.
Lovely offload as well, and suddenly things are opening up here for Lockie Miller potentially, and he rolls it back, and Leeds are keeping it alive.
Offloads, Dave. That back five of Leeds.
Oh, still no.
Always
Trying to
looking
complete
to
it. Yep. Hankinson should have been stopped 20 yards ago, that move. But as you say, the offloads. Cameron Smith, and there we go, another one. Warrington are not making their tackles count at the moment. They're travelling some distance. Levi out of dummy half. Smith, right foot stepping and finding a gap for himself as well. What about that for footwork? And Leeds are right on the point of attack again as Lockie Miller comes in. Miss out pass, and Hankinson will take it with glee and cross for another Leeds try. What a start to this second half for the Rhinos.
Well, tries in 4 consecutive games for Hankinson, and a piercing pass from Lockie Miller. Everybody expecting him to run, to bump, to jink, and he puts a pass right on the button. Hankinson running into the space, and the centre, Josh Smith, has an attacking option inside and outside him. The pass selection was wonderful, and the try, you said it, Dave, that next try, that first try after half-time has took all the wind out of the sails of this Warrington side.
No side has come here this season and scored more points now. 20 for Leeds. Kick to come. Appreciated by his teammates. Standing ovation from Callum Watkins. The resurgence of his career we've seen from Chris Hankinson since he became a Leeds man. So they stuck him in the back row. Jake Connor from very nearly the touchline with the noise of the Warrington fans behind him, but that won't put him off. Over it goes, and Leeds remain pretty cool. 22 points to 2.
And Chris Hankinson has been a journeyman in his career, spent time at 8 different clubs. There's Jamie Peacock loving every second of it. Rob Oates, the commercial director, at the back of him. They're having a good time behind those sticks, but Hankinson is Brad Arthur's type of player. All work, all endeavour, put yourself forward and do your job properly, no matter what job it is on that evening.
Another big crashing run forward again. Never mind winning the game. It's about stopping the flow from Warrington's point of view. Have to put the brakes on this dream machine performance at the moment from the Leeds Rhinos.
Talked about those offloads, 9 so far from the Rhinos, 3 from Warrington. And on that last passage of play, they're breaking the defence up of Warrington with the unstructured play.
That's what's quite clear to the eye as well. When Leeds take it in, they hit the line and travel further, don't they? There you go. Cooper Jenkins almost to the halfway line. 1 play remaining. Switch back to Lockie Miller, who doesn't need a second invitation to have a run. Bentley came across. Collision is illegal. Penalty goes Leeds' way.
Well, two former teammates there. Lockie Miller with a chip and chase. Yeah, the referee saying he steps across. I don't think he moves anywhere, but he doesn't get out the way either. When you look at it on that angle there, body checks him. They're going to take two, I think, Leeds. But it came again from kick pressure from a Warrington player on the intended kicker of the ball, who just simply scoops it back inside to Lockie Miller, who has an acre of space in front of him. Chips and chases.
It's a morale lifting victory for Warrington last week. As we've been highlighting throughout the night, they've got some big games coming up in the next few weeks as well. They need to stop the tide that is flowing against them at the moment. It's a thoughtful coaching box. What do they do? Catalan at home next week. Magic weekend, of course. They're up against Lee. They've got Wigan away. They've got Hull KR at home. They've got Lee again. So they're up against sides who are pushing for the top 6 in each of the next 5 weeks, and sides who are pushing even higher than that in the next few weeks as Connor sticks it over. And Leeds now lead by 24 points to 2.
The Rhinos starting the second half at the end of the first. 24-2. And that's comprehensive so far. Fred Arthur will be looking at his team, and he talked about being consistent, talked about being reliable, and that lasts for 80 minutes.
Well, they've got some match-watering moments to look ahead to as well. Hull KR at home, I think, for them next week, and then Bradford at Magic, and a couple of trips to Catalan and Castleford. And here they come again, looking for more. Little flick away. Ryan Hall rounded up. Warrington trying to get in their faces. Harrison doing his level best. Connor. Step away from Connor, pops it over the top, and here comes Hanley, puts the foot down, and again they're flooding in support here. Back inside for Hankinson, chased by Smith. Curry's done ever so well to get back there as well to help out with the desperate defending, but Leeds have gone from right to left in a matter of milliseconds, and they want to hurt Warrington again here. O'Connor just pushing in hard. Platform set for this last play of the set. Connor with a kick towards the corner. Hanley, oh, and just Ulis. And Operati, I think, hesitated there. I think he thought it was going to be a dropout, but it's back on the 20.
Yeah, Jake Connor showing all his skills at the minute. A catch and kick in the same motion. And this home crowd getting restless now. They don't like what they're seeing, and they're getting on the back of the referee.
Well, they thought that was offside. I think they had a case as well. Harrison stalks forward, bounces in, but bounces back. Harrison and O'Connor. We've seen that duel down the ages, haven't we? Here's Walker. Back it comes to Irwin, who's found a little bit of a gap in which to run, but it closes quickly. Curry staggering into it, lost his footing. Warrington needs some incision here, needs some creativity. Ulis going the way of pace. That doesn't work. Offloads. Back it comes to Hayes. It's Atta lined up with a kick and off the knees and into the hands of Lockie Miller.
Well, it ends up being a good end to the set from Warrington. They'll try and change the momentum of the game behind the defence. There's that 20-metre booming pass from Lockie Miller.
Michael Seaver. Copybook tackle from Crowder around his legs. He's going for a 20-40, and it's an awkward pass. Ulis after this. Oh! Well,
doesn't he do well?
Well, he has. did the touch judge do well to get there and make sure that he got his eagle eye on it?
Oh, he does remarkably well, Josh Thulis. His urgency to get there, and his instinct and cleverness not to...
I'm not sure it was in, but anyway, we'll have a look again at this.
Let's have a look, Dave. Let's have a look.
Oh, yeah, he has. He has. Well done, touch judge. Well done, Thulis. Hopewati. Harrison, Curry, and it's Bentley who's dropped the ball on this occasion, and Connor rather with a little scoop up, and from that position straight away they're looking to attack.
Nearly every time he's got the ball, Lockie Miller, he's looked to pass it with width, with accuracy, and even when they're defending, they're ending up getting on the right side of the ball. Lockie Miller, what a comeback it's been for him. Out for 3, and it's like he hasn't skipped a beat.
Presley Cassell helping to march Leeds back to and beyond the halfway line. Here's Cameron Smith now. Brody Croft has support on the inside, but seems to go further right. McDonald, one of many, of course, who'll be leaving Leeds. This is this group's last chance to win silverware this season. I think there was a touch.
It's Matty Ashton. Yeah, he takes the gamble. He's gaining a real reputation for that. Getting in the defensive line, ended up on a couple of his tries this year, collecting. You can see he's already in the attacking line. It just bounces off his arm. Now, he is a player that can run the length of the field. Might need an effort from him. A bit of creativity from Irwin or Hayes. Just a bit predictable. I think the lad said clunky in attack. I think it's predictable. When it does go right, it's easy to read.
It's a half-back conundrum that Sam Burgess is going to have now for the rest of the season, you imagine, because George Williams unlikely to return.
But they have a wonderful attitude, both of these teams, to the youth development, giving kids a chance, and they've got to play to get used to this. They've got to play. It's not something you can train for, read about in a book or watch images. It's about living it.
Big bump forward again from Cooper Jenkins, who's taken his side to within 15. O'Connor stands. Croft wants the ball in his hands. He gets it now, looking to create something. Connor on this side. Micah Seaver with the ball over the top, and he just bulldozes his way over the line. Josh Thulis did not stand a chance. 10 tons of rugby league determination coming his way. Seaver's in again. And the only concern is for the welfare of Josh Thulis, who tried to stop him.
Well, thankfully he's up. He puts his body on the line every week, Josh Thulis. 3 occasions last week and a couple in that round 6 match. Josh Thulis stands his ground, uses his body as a human shield, but he is too big and too strong, Seaver. What a glorious pass. Passing into the space. Watch when he gets this ball, Jake Connor. He can see Hopewati too far up. He knows if he puts it on an arc into the path, then Seaver is going to be unstoppable, and he is. And full credit to Josh Thulis. He's a brave player, but that's just too big of a task.
Well, it's almost unfair, isn't it? Almost unfair.
He looks like he's a grown man playing in an under-13s match at times, doesn't he?
Look at that. Look at that. Well, that's what it means.
I'm not sure what you would do. I'm not sure what tackling technique.
Well, Josh Thulis, he said, I was reading this week, him and his brother Jake are working in the building industry when they're not training.
Dad.
So if you could have built a brick wall, they might have had a chance.
Needed one of his dad's diggers.
I think Michael Seaver would still have gone through a brick wall on that occasion.
Needed one of his dad's diggers or a big lump hammer.
Jake Connor loves the moment. He's got Warrington fans behind him. He'll take his time. He'll listen to the noise. But he cannot produce the kick. But 28 points to 2. It is a huge road back for Warrington from here?
Well, there's a long way to go in this game yet, and they could salvage some pride, but they need field position and possession, and for me, they just need to change their approach. Throw some different shapes and ask some questions. They go for a short kickoff.
Leeds get it back.
Every bounce of the ball is going in favour of the Rhinos.
Warrington really have to dig deep here now, don't they? They cannot let this run away from them. In terms of their own mindset going into this, well, we are already into the second half of the season, but going into that run of games they've got offside against them again.
And you can see James Bentley called offside. He hesitated, got back in the defensive line. And Liam Moore blew his whistle and pinged Warrington. They'll get another 25, 30 metres and have another look at the line. Sometimes players try hard and it ends up working out worse, and they get a worse result from it.
Well, Leeds are loving this. They're flying into every challenge. Jenkins, who has been so energetic tonight. O'Connor out of dummy half, back to Croft. Croft just trying to create a few shadows for Warrington to grasp at, but they get their man. It's popped back, and it's out to Sivo again. He's shown the outside. It's a hat-trick. Yet another hat-trick from Maiko Sivo. I think that's the 5th of his season. Confirmed, 5th hat-trick of the season.
Wow.
In 2026.
Wow.
What a sensation that fella is.
It's almost the same play. Jake Connor verbals again. He's absolutely loving it, Jake Connor, and so is Sivo. If there is ever a player in 2026 that loves that try line, it's that man. You can see a catch and pass from Lockie Miller, a blind catch and pass, sees the big man in space, and you can just imagine the minds of Hopoate, then Thulis. Holy moly, not me, run at someone else.
Well, we have celebrated some fantastic wingers in Super League over the last 30 years. And he's got to be right up there as one of the best, hasn't he?
We talk about the comparison with Leslie Vainikolo. For me, it's well justified. Big Les was one of the stars of the 90s and 2000s, and you knew every time he got the ball near the line, you knew, having been a defender in front of him, you had to put your body on the line, otherwise he'd run over the top of you. And sometimes rugby league comes down to its basics. Run harder than your opposition.
He's landed it, has Connor. 34 points to 2.
And he gives a wry smile to all those Warrington fans just to his right, who've been giving him grief all night. Let's have a look at the hat-trick of tries. This one was lucky. They all count, they're all 4 points, but he has to put himself in the right time. This was a bulldozing run. Thulis out of the way, and then from the moment he gets this ball, he knows there's another hat-trick, and he's smiling because he knows that's it.
And it's not just a brute force, it's the poise and the pace that we saw there as well, the evasiveness.
It's knowledge, his experience, a little stutter step, or a powerful barge over. We've seen the one-handed put-downs that he's got in his repertoire as well. If he was playing in the World Cup, the soccer lads would be drooling all over him, because he would be one of those players that score every time they get the ball.
Won't be able to pick it up though, Barry, that's the problem. Leeds are coming again. 34 points to 2, my goodness.
Big statement.
This Warrington home record has been ripped to shreds.
We're into the last quarter, and typically this is where teams and players start to fatigue, tire mentally, physically. And Leeds look like they're full of energy. The tanks are full.
This has been drawn forward to a kick that was very interesting. He gets there, but Croft is swiftly up there too. What we're also seeing here tonight, I mean, they started the night level on points, 22 points apiece, competition points, and there was 56 points between them in terms of points difference. At the moment, Leeds are on plus 288. Warrington are on plus 168. So we're seeing a massive swing in that column as well.
And we talked about the best attack meeting the best defence. Well, Warrington haven't defended well, and Leeds' attack has been absolutely sensational.
Was there a hand there from Connor? Referee says not, because we're still on the same tackle.
He won't give up. Foolish.
Posse of players coming at him, but Leon Hayes gets the kick away. It's caught by Lockie Miller. Oh, he's on again. Someone take it. You've got to take him off the field. It's an unfair advantage at the moment. He gets a penalty.
Well, it's because of the strength of carry. He bumps the player off, lands on his front, and James Bentley cuts a very frustrated figure at the minute. Just tries to buy an extra second, gets entangled. And the referee, again, has no option.
Hankinson.
I can only see this getting worse for Warrington.
Connor to Connor. For Jenkins again. He's done some work on the quiet, hasn't he? Croft. Well, they're potent on the left. What about the right-hand side? Here's Newman. 10 away from that Warrington line, and still tackles to play with here. Miller pops it back to Croft, and here comes Connor again, and Handley's involved. Leeds' defence sweeping across effectively on that occasion. Hankinson delivers. Smith, Joe Duck underneath. James Harrison. Connor again, and he's picking it up, and he's scoring a try, and that is 4. Oh, he's having fun. Oh, hang on. Liam Moore might stop the fun here.
No, can't stop now. I'm the referee. Don't come waving at me with your arms in the air. Okay, I'm going to check it. There's no try. No. Time off. Mate, tackle 5. We have no try. Reviewing for knock-on over the goal line, please, mate.
Well, they're looking for a knock-on. How good were Micah's hands on that occasion? That's the question. Let's hear from Marcus Griffiths.
It's tackle 5. The on-field decision is no try. Sivo's in possession of the ball. The ball is lost short of the line, and we'll just see where it ends, and it ends on the dead ball line.
A good quick decision.
Well, credit there to Hopoate.
Yeah, absolutely. He's been done a couple of times already. Put enough pressure in and around the ball to make sure Sivo didn't have full control of it. You can see he just bats it out of the arm of Sivo. Coaches learn a lot about the players in defeat. It's been a bit messy, a bit scruffy the last couple of wins. You've listened to Sam Burgess post-match. He said, I've not liked the performance, but I'm happy with the 2 points. And you tend to skirt over it when you walk away with the W next to your name. Well, every stone can get uncovered now. It's a loss, and looks like a bad loss at this point.
Ryan Hall very nearly with an interception.
The only negative for the Leeds Rhinos team will be the emotional Ryan Hall over on that right, who's having a real battle with Josh Charnley. And he just can't get a break over on the right, can it?
271 Super League tries for Ryan Hall. Famously, of course, Josh Charnley has moved to 272. It's a duel that will go on to the end of this season, at least.
I've got an interesting fact about Ryan Hall.
Have you?
Did you know he is a lord?
He's a lord?
Lord Ryan Hall. Fact. I'm not going to tell you the story. Maybe he might tell the guys in the studio after the game, but he's Lord Ryan Hall.
Oh. That's puzzling, Barry. It's worth staying on till the end to find out the story then, isn't it?
It's a little teaser, isn't it?
Yeah. Another set of 6 here for Warrington. Harrison pops it back. Ball's gone to ground. Reinhold's trying to get in there. The ball's kept alive. Lindop comes up with it now. He does well. Travels decent distance. It's played and it's with Hayes, who lobs it onto Curry, and Curry's short pass has Crowder trying to push through. Powell's on the field as well. You'll have noticed there was Luke Thomas with a push. Powell's having a look, numbers moving to that left-hand side. It's back with Hayes with a kick, but Reinhold's got that every day of the week. So no real threat there. Barry again on that Leeds line.
Yeah, the kicking game has been way off. Maybe a bobbling, bouncing ball along the floor might have been a bit more effective. They haven't kicked well. They haven't had enough opportunities to put a kick in that's going to challenge that backfield of Leeds.
O'Connor goes out.
The lads in the studio at half-time talked about the metres made. The Rhinos hugely in favour. They're about to hit 1,200 metres made with the ball, and it's just 700 for Warrington Wolves. They're running harder, they're advancing upfield more, and they're controlling the speed of the play of the ball.
That's up and down the field 5 times more than Warrington have achieved, haven't they? Which puts that into context. This is Hopewati. One defeat does not destroy your season. Sam Burgess is aware of that. Just pick yourself up, dust yourself down, learn the lessons and get on with it. But in terms of markers for what will happen in the rest of the season, this could be pretty significant from Leeds' point of view. But here comes Hopewati. He's been touched towards the touchline. The inside ball finds Lockie Miller. And again, a Warrington attack breaks down without any real threat. Ryan Hall's hungry to get in amongst the scoring. It's Croft.
They look energised, don't they, the Rhinos? As this game is going on, they look like they're getting stronger, not more fatigued.
Yeah, there's a bounce to them that suggests they've only been playing 20 minutes. Never mind 67. O'Connor. Walensky. This is the last. So O'Connor tasked with trying to produce something. The kick again has Ashton called into service. He does his job. But Warrington again starting a long way away from where they need to be. And Leeds just keep coming at them, don't they? Defensively. There's nothing switched off about this defensive endeavour at that end of the field.
No, the luxury they've got on the bench. Callum Watkins, the experienced Callum Watkins, comes on just to shore up. The elder statesman of the camp is given the nod by his coach for the last 13 minutes.
Can they hit the last a long way away from the other end of the field? It's just a kick and a hope from Ewan Irwin. That's all he can hope for. Gasibo will let it bounce.
And runs at the biggest man on the field and still runs through it.
He dwarfs James Harrison.
Yeah.
Ryan Hall again. O'Connor with the pick-up and off he goes. Another fancy that Liam Byrne could be caught short, but he wasn't. It's back with Croft. Just a little bit disjointed here at the moment. Leeds looking for a good finish on the last play with Connor's kick. Duarte getting a business. Get a big cheer for the Warrington fans for catching them.
Well, they're in that groove at the minute, the Rhinos. It doesn't matter who's asked to do what role. They're confident and competent enough to deliver that skill.
Well, we talked up this game, didn't we? We talked up the significance of the top two coming together. But I tell you what, Leeds' next game has some significance as well, as we were mentioning earlier. Warrington trying to push here. Hull Kingston Rovers at home. Now it's all eyes on Headingley. Can Leeds carry this on? Local rivals Bradford at Magic Weekend. A trip to Catalan and Cass as the ball drifts out of play.
A wild pass under defensive pressure. I'm not sure. Yeah, he would have had to have long arms to catch that ball. It was so far in front of him. We talk about the Rhinos next week. A big focus on the M&D family at Headingley next week for Hull KR. But those Warrington fans will concede that they've been outplayed in every facet of the game this evening. Mark Sneyd and a number of the Warrington fringe players are looking on at the charges struggling. Now, what difference Mark Sneyd would have made to the direction of the game, we'll never know, but that question might be asked in the week. No Sneyd, no George Williams, of course.
A big bustling Leeds side that has put them on their backsides more than once. Sivo has to recover that position. Joe Smith drops on top of him. That's the easiest tackle on Sivo that anybody's made so far tonight. And here comes Hanley, trying to make something out of nothing. Last play inside the 40, so well, I was going to say Connor might look for the touchlines. He doesn't. He just kicks downfield. Oh, it comes off the boot of Pulis. Aletsky was offside, so couldn't take advantage of that. And now it's a skip from Ashton. It's found a bit of space, but Newman's there to make a very good tackle.
And an offload, promoted the ball. It gains them 20-30 metres further downfield.
Here's Irwin pushing through. Smith gets a hold and brings him down, but Warrington in just about as good a position as they've been in all night, with 71 minutes played. Tackle count's been restarted as well. Barging effort from Byrne. Up on his feet, needs to play it. Back from Powell. And a drop back on the inside, and Thomas again with another muscular effort in there, but these defenders responding like for like. It's Pulis who kicks for the corner. Ryan Hall just bats it out of play. Safety first.
Makes no mistake, the veteran winger just chooses the safe option. Disorientate, doesn't know where he is, but he knows where the sideline is. And you can see just in the background, Matty Ashton, he's frustrated. He wanted to have a go at that.
Well, on a night of many positives, Leeds will see another positive of getting out of here without conceding a try, so they will be fixed on their task in this next set of 6. Warrington desperately looking to break the line. Failing to do so at home for the first time this season here, Warrington. Unless they can find a way here, and they have found a way here, have they? Little inside, and then out again from Matty Ashton. And the noise is deafening for the Warrington fans who remain. The lights go flashing. At last they've got something to cheer. But as the old cliche goes, too little, much too late.
He makes no mistake, Matty Ashton. Hooks his touchline, patiently waits for the ball. Josh Pulis, under all kinds of pressure from Harry Newman, is good enough to deliver the pass into the pathway of the prolific winger. He's had no chances, he had no looks at the line. It might even be the first time he's had a look with players to beat. And make sure that Leeds don't get that accolade at the side of tonight. Warrington do score a try.
Tight on the touchline from Ewan Owen. The kick looks good. Oh, he's hit the post.
Doesn't that just sum up the night? Nothing's gone Warrington's way.
Good finish, that, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. No celebration from the Wolves players.
Leeds are taking all the time in the world, by the way, to get back to the halfway line. Look at that. That's a wonder in springtime, isn't it? For the Leeds players. No rush, fellas. We're in charge tonight. It'll happen when we want it to happen.
There's a composure and a control in this last 5 minutes that the Rhinos would be looking for. Whatever's happening, they want to make sure they're in control of it.
Warrington. Gathered in, falls back a yard or two. Swept to Ashton again, who's got the pace on Hall, who got enough of a big hand on him to make sure he wasn't going to go all the way. Well, there's concern here. No, he's okay. It's as though Lockie Miller was putting his hand up in concern for Matty Ashton, but he's got up to play it and carries on. Sam Powell, and it's with you and Irwin. This is Smith. Ducking out of a couple of defensive efforts, and no one's going to get a hold of him. Eventually they do. One play to go. Can Warrington back up that moment of triumph just a few moments ago with another here? Powell. Still the last play. Hayes is involved. Pulis is involved. And now in the end, Ashton's involved. But so too decisively is Harry Newman.
Well, they're starting to stretch the defensive line of Leeds. In the back end of this game, Sam Powell joining. And some desperation in the defence of Leeds. I think you said it best, too little, too late for the Wolves. And you were right about this game, Dave. You said we could get absolutely anything here tonight. We could get an 8-all, or we could get a blowout score in favour of one side.
They've both got that ability to be inconsistent, haven't they? But maybe Leeds,
knock on that.
What we're seeing here tonight, are just eradicating that from their game. They've knocked on, having said that.
There's a knock on from Callum Watkins.
Is there a captain's challenge coming here?
I hope not.
Let's have a listen to this.
Marcus, we have a captain's challenge. Leeds are challenging the on-field decision of a knock-on.
So there you heard it. There's a challenge of the on-field knock-on, and Callum Watkins there, Barry, getting up straight away and seemed insistent right from the off.
He did. He thought there was an arm in or a hand in. It looks like Harrison is the closest in attendance. I think that's just a knock-on.
Is there an element of danger there? Yeah, it is successful.
Yeah.
It is a successful challenge.
But it's not for the knock-on, it's the illegal tackle.
Went down at a very dangerous angle, didn't he, as it's interpreted in the modern game. Legs up, down he goes.
Yeah, it's young Irwin who gets his hips, or gets his shoulder into the hips, picks the legs up, drives to the ground, and Leeds get the ball back. For me, you're not rewarding good defence there. I know the legs are above horizontal. Anyway, it's irrelevant.
Let it go, Barry. Game's changed. Game's changed.
No, I'd like to see good defence rewarded.
Taking it by Jenkins again. How often have we said that? Tireless from him this evening. Connor pops it back. No look pass. It should have looked, because Lockie Miller wasn't in touching distance of that ball, and it was held back to him. Miller again. Micah Siebert.
There's some player of the match contenders, isn't there? Some really good performances from Leeds. Lockie Miller, of course, Sevo taking all the headlines with those tries, but been some grafters in there as well.
Several forwards who really done well. That's a kick that Ashton is hoping will bounce away, and it does. And he gets a tap back on the 20 with 2 and a bit minutes left to play. Don't forget, hang on, because we're going to find out why. We hope Ryan Hall is a lord. Barry set that one up. I tell you what, if it's a disappointing story, Barry.
I just said it was an interesting fact. I didn't say it was an interesting story.
Oh, here we go. You're backtracking. Anyway, we'll get that, and also player of the match as well.
So we have a Sir, we have a Knight of the Realm in Sir Kevin Sinfield, and we have Lord Ryan Hall.
Right, OK. Oh, and that's a terrible pass which bounces up on Brodie Croft. We'll have it again. Oledzki. O'Connor. This is Connor back to Miller. Across the field, it's taken again, but Warrington's defence getting into Croft. Connor, Oledzki. Leeds still playing with plenty of energy, plenty of enthusiasm for the task, and with one play to go in this final minute of the match, they want another here, and it's O'Connor who went out of dummy half, but his legs snapped from underneath him.
Jay Connor's furious over this side.
Oh, hang on. Is there a challenge here? No, it can't be, because there's no.
No. I think Jared O'Connor was explaining why he chose to jump out on the short side on last tackle. And Jay Connor wants every pass to be his, every kick. He wants a ball of his own, as they used to say. Well, that's the positive. He's got through the game all right. Well done, Aaron Lindon.
Well, that will be the final moment of a game which Leeds and Micah Seaver in particular will remember with some relish. What a performance by the Leeds Rhinos tonight. If it was an examination of table-topping credentials, they have passed with flying colours. Warrington found wanting. They'll hope they can bounce back. They'll learn an awful lot from what they've seen here tonight, which was at times awful. But Leeds go clear. 2 points at the top of the table. They have beaten Warrington by 34 points to 6.